This is an introduction to the Intel Series 4 development system from 1986. This particular model is the mdx-431a, meaning it had a single floppy disk, 5 1/4, and a single 10 megabyte MFM Winchester drive internal. This particular unit, the Winchester, was dead and there was no software for the floppy. How I managed to get this booted in spite of that is the subject of another video. This one focuses on the power on behavior and how to boot in and how to deal with some of the top level mdx commands. Here it's showing a power on self-test result where the main CPU card, card number 1, which is 12 inches by 12 inches, called the CPIO, is the central processor and IO. It has an 8088 and does all the disk and serial IO. It's passed its tests in 2 phases. The SPU is a third card that has an 8086 on it that was optional, and this unit doesn't have that. The SBC 550 is a network card, and this unit's not equipped with that. The IEU is the ISIS execution unit, which is the second large card in the chassis, and it has an 8085 and able to execute ISIS-2 files in native mode. The CPIO is required to do all the disk IO for the IEU. Here it's saying the SIV boot version 2.0 is set to boot the mini floppy drive 0, but there was an error, a disk read error, error 3CFO, and it's suggesting an attempt to reboot from Monitor 88, which is a program that's on the system install disk, but of course that's not available here because we're not up on the system, so it's kind of absurd. So what we have here available is the Series 4 CPIO monitor version 3.0. We'll deal with that in another video. So I'm going to do a hardware reset, and the boot floppy is already installed and it's going through the power on self-tests. This unit was modified to accept 3.5-inch floppy disk drives, and we have 2 of them, FL0, FL1. So I've inadvertently booted into the Series 4 diagnostic monitor. I'll take out that disk and I'll put in the Series 4 system disk, part number 133640, and give that a hardware reset. Takes a while. It didn't like something on floppy disks 1, but it's continuing with the boot from drive 0. So it's booting into the mdx-s31 operating system version 2.8, saying we have a user space available of 448 kilobytes, and it wants the date, and there's no way around it. You have to put in a date. So today is 05/13/2016, and the time, we'll make it military time, which would be 21:00:00. Now it's happy with that, and it's insisting on logon. So these are soft keys meant to correspond to the function keys at the top of the keyboard. So this was F0, F1, F2. We'll push F0, and that just types in logon. We could have typed logon, but that supposedly is better. So the username default is superuser. We have a bunch of soft keys across the bottom here. AC or access, A edit, archive, ASM86, assign, background, batch, or more. If we press F7 more, we have cancel, CC86, CH owner, CH pass, copy, count, create, F7 for more, CRF86, delete, dir, dismount, else, end, end job, more, exit, export, fill, format, fort, I squared ice, I copy, more, IF, IM port, ISIS, library 86, link 86, lname, locate 86, more, log, log off, mail, make, mount, OH86, open, or if Pascal 86, PDS copy, PLM 86, pscope, Q, read, region, relab, rename, repeat, run, S4, F print, SD copy, search, set, space, STY, submit, SVCS, sysgen, systat, time, until, user def, users, verify, view, wait, and while. We could have just typed in any one of those, but soft keys are supposedly an easier way to do it. What we will do is we'll type in dir, but you have to say what directory root you're at. So we're at the root of everything is slash. And it's telling us that the root directory has two subdirectories, indx-s31, which is floppy disk 0FL0, and the other disk in the other drive is 1142420002, which I happen to know is a software toolbox. So we can pull a directory of either one of those by typing dir/indx.s31, and that'll give us the directory in drive 0. Or we could type dir 114242-002, and that'll give us the directory in the other one. Not real easy. So let's try the supplementary diagnostic disk that we accidentally had in earlier, and we'll do a hardware reset with it in drive 0. So these diagnostics give you extended diagnostics over the power on self-test. So the first one, you get to it by typing ZSIVDIA. Takes a while to load it. So then it gives you another prompt, and you type T to run the test. So it'll go through a bunch of these tests, but we're going to quit early. Well, it looks like we bombed. So we'll try getting back in again. One of the useful suite of tests is for the Winchester. I've been using to try to get the Winchester problems sorted. So it's ZSIV Win. I don't happen to have the Winchester card installed right now, but this shows you how you invoke the diagnostic. Not particularly fast. So here we could have 4 different controllers. Actually, it'd be SBC 215A, 215B, 215D, and the 220, but it doesn't distinguish them. But it will send out wake-up calls to addresses 20, 63, 65, 66, and 64 to see if anybody responds. We'll just go ahead and say no to any changes, and it's gone crazy here. Nobody's responding, so it just keeps repeating over and over again. So that's not too useful. So we have to boot back in with a hard reset again.